All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And with the play clock running low, Bill O'Brien's going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw on second down is Newton. Caught left side by Funchess. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther first down. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On second down, here's Newton. His throw caught at about the 5. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another second and goal. Out of the gun, Newton. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Carlos Watkins able to run him down for a loss of a yard. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. A shotgun snap for Newton. And it'll be intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first down carry by Jones. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll try the air now with Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball for him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Newton. Flush to his right. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Panthers. Olsen. Greg Olsen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And now out comes Houston. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Richmond.
The give is to Jones. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. It's Ross Cockrell that time that made the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert On 3rd and 9. To throw is Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 20. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
To throw on 2nd down. Newton into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to...
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. Back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. From the gun, Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Newton throwing again. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And here comes the Texans now. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go, and that's caught inside the 35. Fighting working his way through contact. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with the play clock running low, Bill O'Brien's going to signal for a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now Newton on 1st down. Flushed out right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
Reset. Flag down and out, good.
They'll pitch it out to Jones. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Newton escaping the pressure right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw on second down. Newton looking middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After the run, Watson going to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Wallace. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. On third down, Watson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Dontari Poe able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up fourth down. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this.